Adam and Eve's children. So Adam and Eve actually have 3 children. The first one who's born is named Cain. He's going to become the murderer. He murders his brother Abel. And so you got to imagine, if you're Adam and Eve and you're thinking, okay, salvation's coming through the seed of the woman, their first 2 kids, one gets murdered and one gets exiled. So you got to imagine that threw them for a loop. Their third son is named Seth, and his name actually means anointed one. Or anointed, and that he is going to be the one that carries on the line of humanity and the line of the Savior, and Noah and David, and Jesus ultimately comes from Seth. But they have 3 children: Cain, Abel, Seth.
Oh, since they did some stretching on that one, I thought it was appropriate that I demonstrate some stretching. Because, oh my 3 levels of hell, the amount of stretching that he just utilized in that one. Now, the first thing that he messed up on is that he's trying to say that the salvation of mankind would come through the line of Seth, or through their children. So Adam and Eve had to be like, what? Cain killed Abel. Abel did. Cain's a murderer. Where is this salvation? No, your book says very clearly in Genesis that a woman will be saved through her childbearing, like through the process of childbearing, through the pain of childbearing. That's how the woman will be saved. It says nothing about the salvation of mankind, says nothing about the salvation of Adam. As a matter of fact, there is no salvation for Adam in that process, just as that Adam is now going to have to work the land, and the land is going to be difficult in bearing fruit. So Adam's punishment and / salvation, you can stretch it and say that it is through his work effort of tilling the land, that would, by his production, that's his salvation. But it clearly says a woman's salvation is through childbirth. So Seth was not for the salvation of mankind. They would not have been thinking that. That is just you trying to add your extra on it in order to make it work. Now, there's another thing that people love to do in the Bible most recently. They like to say that, well, Seth meant the anointed one, and this name means that, and that person name means that, and Noah's name means this. You don't know how language works if you fall for that bullshit. Let me give you an example out of the Bible, but also in modern times. So in the Bible, there's a character named Nimrod. Nimrod is supposed to be a great hunter. So the name Nimrod came to mean great hunter because somebody named a child Nimrod, and Nimrod was a great hunter. So now Nimrod means a great hunter. So what happens in my childhood? Bugs Bunny is being hunted by Elmer Fudd. Elmer Fudd is messing up all the time. Bugs Bunny keeps calling him a Nimrod because he's a great hunter. He keeps calling him Nimrod. Nimrod, you're a Nimrod. Because he's a great hunter is what he's supposed to be characterized as. But because he's a bumbling idiot, now the word Nimrod means someone who's an idiot, a bumbling idiot. It doesn't mean great hunter. If I called you a Nimrod, am I calling you an idiot, or am I calling you a great hunter in today's linguistics? Which one am I calling you? Answer that. So if a name like Nimrod can change based on the context by which it is being utilized in popular culture, and then that keeps going on, no one would refer to Nimrod as a great hunter. So that's how those names in the Bible and any other historical society functioned. If a person with a name did something great, within the language, it develops into that person or that name having that meaning, which, to put it simply, the meaning comes after the person. Seth, the name Seth, gained the meaning because Seth was the first one to start calling upon the name of the Lord according to this Bible. So the first one to start religion as far as the Bible is concerned. And so because they're the first one to start calling upon this God and having religion, that's why Seth name gained the meaning. It's the same way all the way through. And then as language developed, certain sounds and words had meaning, and they smash them together to create a whole new meaning. Look up your name. I want everybody to look up their name and tell me what your name means. And what does that have to do with you? Do you fit that name? Religious people are so easily duped. People who need something outside of themselves to make themselves feel better and to be great and to give them confidence in their longevity, their eternity, it is sad because they need this kind of thing when you don't need that. You don't. All you need is an understanding that energy is neither created nor destroyed, that there is no such thing as death. Whether we know whether the consciousness stays intact when you leave this existence, we don't know because you don't remember any other time your consciousness was intact. So you can't necessarily say that it'll still be intact when you leave. Is there an erasure process? Who knows? Who knows? The only thing you do know is that you are here right now. That's it. That's it. Everything else, we'll find out later. But what do you guys think? And always remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.